Oh, I think we're all going to die. Yeah.
Now serving pizza, hot dogs, ice cream, and more to your seat. Find out more at Eclipse.
Well, a very good afternoon to you and good evening, Collie. You are welcome. It is time for our movie slot here, folks. And our man at the movie, he's live. I tell you, looking well in the old video today. He's got
Well,
that
I thought I'd better
Ghostbuster look.
make a bit of an effort, not least that I was in the cinema from early from a parent of babies, so I'm absolutely wrecked. So I thought I'd make a wee bit of an effort, and so I might be able to bluff my way through it. And also, it's good to be back this week because obviously it's school holidays coming up, and while we had a couple of interesting weeks, we only tended to have a couple of releases, and then we had a couple of movies coming back. And we were saying off air, like, not only did Oppenheimer come back, it was so successful. It's back this weekend as well. And like, it's not like millions of people didn't see this movie first time around. Like, it's amazing the legs it has. And maybe it's because it's a long movie that just to see it in a really comfy screen rather than at home where, somebody comes in and you have to take the dog out for a piddle and all of that sort of stuff, that maybe it's a different experience. But we have rakes of movies. Now, you would know that it's school holidays coming up because we've one quite intense, serious movie and everything else is mad as a bag of hammers. But
what are you going to start with now?
Well,
we've got a lot.
Because I know you want to do who you're going to call stuff, but we're not going to call on the Ghostbusters just yet.
Okay.
Because Ghostbusters, it's such a big movie. Our good friends at Sony haven't actually, the movie only unlocks tonight. So I haven't seen Ghostbusters yet, but we'll get to that. But what I have seen is a movie called Immaculate.
Right.
Now.
No, I just was going to say, but we hold that because it's frozen for the moment. All right.
Oh, okay. Very good. So Immaculate has religious overtone. Look, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. So is Hollywood logic, right? There's a really brilliant new, she's not new to TV, but she's new to movies, called Sydney Sweeney, and she's in the big sleeper hit this year called Anyone But You, and she's absolutely gorgeous and is famous for her modeling and so on. And she's a good actress too, and I'll get to that. But like, she'd be famous, sort of, kind of sex kitten, new on the scene. Hollywood logic. We're making a movie about a dull, dour nun in a convent in Italy. Who will we get? You one from the bikini ads. That's the one, right?
This I don't understand. But anyway, go on.
Having said that, and I was laughing my way through it when I heard she was casting it, right? She grabs this with both hands. Now, it is bananas. So it's supposed to be like now 2024, but there's no modern technology in Italy apparently, let alone in this convent. But she's brought over from the States to this special convent, and all of it, and she's trying to fit in. She doesn't speak Italian. Everyone's around her and all mysterious as if it was 80 years ago. And all of a sudden she notices she's pregnant. But there was no fun going on. She doesn't understand how she's pregnant, and they realize it's immaculate. It is a sign from God. Or is it? The music alone would let you know maybe it's not the guy upstairs that's involved in this, right? Now, this is for people who like things like The Omen, and we're getting another Omen soon, and Rosemary's Baby. It's on that sort of level of stuff, right? But I have to say about Sydney Sweeney, I kind of mocked the casting and all that. But she goes, right, you're going to give me this. I'm going to chew this scenery absolutely. And she goes full on for it. And she's great fun because when she's supposed to be terrified, she's absolutely terrified. When she's angry, she's absolutely furious. She's really good at it, actually. She's really good fun. It is incredibly over the top. To say it's ludicrous is not enough, but it's quite nasty in a good way in some place. And while it's never going to be your movie, as you know, I'm not a big horror fan either, but every now and then I see one and I go, all right, I kind of see the appeal. I have to say, I like this. Now, it's a 16s movie. It is perfect for the older teens on their Easter holidays are going to chomp this up, right? They're going to absolutely love it. They're going to sit at the back of the screen and scream their heads off and laugh at the same time, which is exactly what the horror experience should be. There's blood and guts everywhere, but it's not really realistic either. And great fun. People are really enjoying, and there's so many like nun and pun jokes that in the movie, let alone that
No, it does look good. I mean, I've watched a
everyone's
couple
having
of
a
the
good
trailers you
time.
sent me. It does look good.
Yeah, in a horror way, everyone's having a good time, and they throw themselves fully into, and it was probably made for about 27.50, so they'll make a fortune on this one because they can make it cheap and it looks good and it's all moody and it's very silly. I think it's going to be a big hit. Actually, I really think people are going to enjoy it.
When's that opening?
That opens tomorrow. Immaculate in the cinemas from tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, right. That looks like the one for the school holidays, for the older ones.
For the older ones.
Right, okay. Who are you going to call?
Who are you going to call? We'll play the clip, Jamie.
Mom! There's something in the attic.
You're an adult, right?
Yeah?
Then why don't you take care of it?
Yeah. I've never seen anything like this.
So everything in this place is haunted?
Haunted.
That was cool.
This little cutie gets out, no telling how dangerous it could be.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, exclusively in cinemas.
Oh, I think we're all going to die. Oh, yeah, but it'll all be good in the end. It will indeed.
I have a feeling so. Although, as I'm very much the Ghostbusters, the original generation myself, and everyone tends to forget that the first movie was kind of more for 12s to teens, and it was that and Gremlins. They were aimed to be a bit scary. And I think while they're still keeping this very much 12s, they're going to be a bit scary. They don't want just little kiddies. And so what happened was we did the original Ghostbusters, which was great. Then we had the second one, which was less great, except there was a great bit with Jackie Wilson's music and the Statue of Liberty. And then we had the spin-off a couple of years ago, and it happened at the start of COVID, because I know you were kind of going, I don't remember that. And I think that's why, because it was one of the COVID comeback movies. And what it was, they introduced a whole new gang who is Spengler's grandkids. But at the end, the old guys who are still with us, because Harold Ramis, unfortunately, is not with us anymore, turn up at the end to help save the day. And now everyone's going back to New York, so it feels like a proper Ghostbusters. They're in the car, the siren's blaring, and we've got the young cast, maybe for the younger people, and then Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and people like that, or me, cracking the jokes and all that sort of stuff. And it looks like the effects look good from the trailer. They look like they've thrown a lot of money at it. And again,
100 million, I'm told. 100 million.
It looks like they've gone for the bit of a slightly scary movie. And I don't think that's a bad thing. We were talking about Immaculate earlier, but even let's face it, your classic Disneys, there was always a couple of really scary bits. Kids like being a bit scared. There's nothing wrong with it, as long as it's done in an appropriate way. And I hope hopefully this one is too. So there's people for everyone. There's a really cute little girl for younger kids. Then there's this guy from Stranger Things for that age. And then as I said, there's a whole cast, and there's loads of throwbacks and comebacks. And one of the plot things is that all the ghosts they caught are going to be unleashed by this new demon. So presumably we're going to see some old favorites. And there's lots of Marshmallow Man, who I think they're trying to turn into sort of a Minions thing with all the little ones. But it is funny. It was always funny. And I'm hoping it's funny again. And look, I think this looks like it's fun. All it has to do is a bit of crack, because it's an Easter holiday movie. It's not, nobody's going to be studying this for their leaving cert, but, as long as it keeps everyone happy during the holidays. And really, we've so many big movies next week as well. It only has to keep people happy for a week and 10 days. And I think it looks like good fun. And I think if you do have a range of kids, it's probably one of those you can bring everyone to, which is, is a bit of a relief to parents and one that they can enjoy themselves. So probably the 8-year-old, the 12-year-old, the 16-year-old and the parents can all go to this one. So that's always good fun during the holidays.
So that's Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, and that opens
tomorrow morning. Yep. Tomorrow.
Indeed. Now, a couple of things are coming our way too. They're back, Kung Fu Panda. It's number 4.
Yes. Okay, whatever about Ghostbusters, I am a full-fledged Kung Fu Panda fan. And yes, when the first one came out, I was already in my 30s. But I have an excuse. I was working in a summer camp and I brought a load of 10-year-olds to see it. We had the best day ever. So Kung Fu Panda is part of my heart. As those kids' movies go, it was always one of the funniest. Jack Black, like many people, I could take a take or leave Jack Black with a couple of exceptions. School of Rock is a work of genius. I won't hear anything else. One of the great kids movies of all time. And Kung Fu Panda. He's never been funnier. I'm looking forward to this. Yes, it is for kids, but it'll be great fun.
That's next week, is it?
That's next. It opens on
It is next
Thursday.
Opens on Thursday. We'll have a full thing of that. And now, Mother's Intuition is another new one that's coming.
Yeah, Mother's
It's kind of a
Instinct.
psychological thriller. This
Very much so. This is the alternative to all the other movies we're talking about, because it's very much like a twisted psychological thing. So there's two mothers who are clearly friends. They have two kids at the same age and they play together. And an awful accident happens to one of them. And then the other mother is convinced the other mother is trying to wreak revenge on it. Is it happening? Is it not happening? It looks like a really interesting, and as two Oscar winners, Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie.
Yeah, just I looked at the clip. I looked absolutely fantastic. Kind of based
Heavy
on
going,
60s
yeah,
as well.
heavy going.
Loads of them. Quick mention, you have 20 seconds. Iron Claw is
one of my favorites, one of the few ones that you haven't seen. It's the true story of the wrestling family, but don't worry about the wrestling part. The wrestling part is important. The family part is. It's an amazing true story that is actually so tragic. They made it less tragic for the movie, so you'd believe it. A fabulous movie. Brilliant cast all round. Well worth seeing on Monday for a fiver.
For a fiver. Okay, that was Collie on the movies. Till next Thursday. Enjoy the movies.
Bye.